Coronation Street's Lou Michaelis will continue to deal with the fallout of her violent attack on Gary Windass in upcoming episodes, and she could be staring down a lengthy prison sentence. After confessing to the assault and enduring the chaos of her husband Mick's dramatic escape from prison, Lou remains in custody, awaiting judgment. With both parents potentially imprisoned, what lies ahead for her children? Lou's world is falling apart, a source close to the show shares. Brody wants nothing to do with her, and she's responsible for Gary ending up in a coma. Sally and Tim are the only ones still offering support. But when Lou turns to them with an important request, will they step up when it matters most? Sally gets ready to bring Lou's daughters to visit their mother behind bars, but a bitter Brody refuses to come along. When Sally arrives at the prison accompanied only by Shanice and Joni, Lou is heartbroken that her son still hasn't forgiven her for hiding the truth about Kit Green being his real father. Doing her best to mask the pain, Lou tries to focus on her girls and bring Sally up to speed on the latest in her legal battle. She's planning to plead not guilty, which could lead to a drawn-out and expensive court case, the insider explains. Realizing she'll need financial support to mount a defense, Lou cautiously asks Sally if she'd be willing to help cover her legal costs. Sally is stunned by the request. It would mean taking out a loan and risking her own financial stability. While she and Tim are more than willing to assist with caring for the children, going into debt over Lou's violent actions is another matter entirely. Still, Sally knows that if she says no, it's the girls who'll bear the brunt of the situation. As Sally struggles with the weight of the decision, a call from social services brings new information. Lou has changed her mind, and it's becoming clear she might not be returning home for a long time. Tim and Sally break the news to Brody that Lou now intends to plead guilty, the insider adds. Though they understand why he's upset, they urge him to consider visiting her. She's desperate to see him, especially as the family's future remains so uncertain. Will Brody be able to forgive his mother and make peace before she's sentenced? And just how harsh will Lou's punishment be? Sally Metcalf hailed for powerful performance as Corrie fans left emotional over life-risking scenes. Fans of the long-running ITV soap confessed they were sobbing during dramatic new scenes that saw Sally go head-to-head with Mick, who broke out of prison. Mick, who was incarcerated for the shocking murder of PC Craig Tinker while on duty, staged a daring escape after learning his family was in turmoil and wife Lou faced serious legal trouble. In the intense episode that aired Monday, July 14th, Mick plotted a reunion with Lou and their children, Brody, Joni, and Shanice, from his prison cell. Working with Brody, Mick made his move, stopping by number 4 to collect his daughters, only to discover Joni was at a trial day at Weatherfield High. After locating Brody and Shanice, Bernie Winter, Brody's biological grandmother, appeared to catch on to their secret plan and quickly took them to Kit Green's apartment for safety. Meanwhile, Mick managed to crawl under a laundry truck to slip out of prison, following Brody's tip-off about Joni's whereabouts. As Mick arrived at the school, he found that Sally had already collected Joni, who had become upset by other children gossiping about her jailed parents. Back at the station, Lou was being interrogated by PC Jess Haywood about Mick's sudden escape, but insisted she knew nothing. Elsewhere, Daniel Osborne and head teacher Mrs. Crawshaw were stunned when Mick appeared at the school demanding Joni be handed over. When he learned Joni was no longer there, Mick locked the 2 staff members in the office before fleeing the scene. He then made his way toward the street, right as Sally was showing Joni around Underworld. Kit, now aware of the prison break, spotted Mick approaching the factory and rushed to intercept him. Storming into the Underworld factory in search of Joni, Mick took Tim and Sarah Platt hostage inside the office. Kit wasn't far behind, and tensions quickly escalated as Mick realized Joni had been hidden on the rooftop by Sally in a desperate attempt to protect her. Above the chaos, Sally was seen comforting Joni as the mayhem played out below. "Everything's going to be fine," she reassured her. Once it's safe, we'll head back down, but right now, let's stay up here, just the two of us." To help calm Joni's nerves, Sally struck up a conversation about the shoes she'd lent her, a pair once worn by her daughter Sophie for school visits, which led Sally to open up about how much she missed her own daughters, Rosie and Sophie, both of whom have since moved away from Weatherfield. However, in a shocking twist, Mick, having stabbed Kit during their confrontation, found his way onto the roof. Sally immediately stood her ground, refusing to back down. Holding a metal pipe for defense, she faced him as he warned, "If I were a gambling man, I'd say the odds are in my favor." She lowered the pipe but stayed firm, forcing Mick to reckon with the weight of his actions. From her hiding place, Joni tearfully pleaded, "Please don't hurt Sally," prompting Mick to pause and apologize to his daughter. In a powerful final moment, Sally promised Mick she would take care of Joni and Shanice, ensuring the girls had a better, safer future. Coronation Street's Sam Blakeman is left heartbroken next week as he reels from a deep sense of betrayal within his family. The Platts are hit with the harsh reality of just how much Sam is struggling when he withdraws completely and vanishes during Audrey Roberts' birthday dinner. The family comes together at the bistro to mark Audrey's special day, and while the mood is cheerful, Sam clearly isn't coping, slipping away quietly when anxiety begins to take hold. Sam is carrying an overwhelming amount of emotional pain, a show insider reveals. He's already endured the tragic loss of his mum and the painful separation between Nick and Leanne. But the chaos caused by Mick's recent school rampage has pushed all of that buried trauma to the surface. Unable to handle the noise and stress of the party, Sam ends up hiding under the desk in the bistro's back office to calm himself. Will Sam continue to suffer alone, or will someone in his family notice his distress and gently encourage him to open up? Later on, Sam's uncle David Platt begins to feel remorse over how his daughter Lily treated her cousin during the chaos. He and Shona decide it's time to confront her, insisting she owes Sam a heartfelt apology for leaving him outside alone while Mick went on his violent rampage. With the entire family gathered to hear her explanation, Lily stuns everyone by confessing that she deliberately shut Sam out of the classroom. No one expected Lily to be capable of such cruelty towards Sam, a Corrie insider reveals. Sam is livid. He had believed her actions were instinctive, a reaction to panic, even though they deeply affected him. Now he's left wondering if her intentions were far more malicious. Did she actually hope he'd get hurt? Or worse? The shocking revelation sparks a heated argument, further deepening the rift within the Platt family. But can Sam bring himself to forgive Lily? And will he be able to confront his pain before it consumes him entirely? Coronation Street continues Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays at 8 p.m. on ITV1 and is available to stream on ITVX.